Welcome back, my name is Kerry, and today I'm going to be breaking down the cost of preparing a piece of raw land for a new home. What I mean by raw land is it has nothing. It's literally just a piece of grown over dirt. That means no sewer, no water, and a bunch of vegetation that has to be removed. To bring you up to speed on the property, I've been looking for a place to put a new manufactured home for quite a while and finally found what I think is the perfect spot. It just needs a lot of work. Last week, we removed the subjects on the purchase and were able to move the completion date up to April 21st from the start of May. So unfortunately, we won't be able to start the project for another 3.5 weeks, but that's okay because it gives me a bit of time to get my ducks in a row. I live in an expensive area and the market is currently sizzling hot, like crazier than I've ever seen it before. So keep in mind, these prices might be more expensive than a lot of places in North America. This is just the beginning and I'm going to be documenting the entire process. So if you want to follow along, stick around. What I'm going to do is show you what has to be done and tell you how much it's going to cost, and hopefully it'll help you decide if this is the route you want to take or if you'd be better off buying a fully serviced lot. The first thing to be done is to remove an old concrete manhole. At one point in time, there was a house on this property, but it burned down and was never rebuilt. Obviously, there's no use for a concrete manhole and it's right in the way of where the house is going to be located, so we have to remove it. Even though this is the cheapest thing on the entire quote, it does still put a noticeable dent in the pocketbook at $701.10. Let's go see if we can find the manhole that is going to cost us $700 to move. So we've got this pile of sticks right here, and right on the other side, tucked up in the corner, so it actually won't be where the house is going to go. But there it is. Look at the size of this thing. Let's see if I can even budge it. Not really. It's in there. I wonder how deep it is. So, as you can see, there's no way I'm moving that by hand. It's not like it's something I can dig out. And even if I did, what am I going to do with it? So I could rent a machine for probably $200 or $300 and dig it out. But then what am I going to do with it? I got to take it to the dump. It just doesn't make sense. So it has to go. And unfortunately, that means $701 out of my jeans. The second item on the quote is to remove trees and clear all wood waste. Like I said, this property is quite grown over and there's a bunch of trees up in the corner that are right in the way of where the septic field needs to go. This is fairly pricey because there's quite a few trees that have to be moved since it's a fairly big lot for in town at 0.39 of an acre, which is great. Most of the new city lots being developed in this town are between 0.15 and 0.2 of an acre. The cost to remove the trees and wood waste, $2,521.50. So as far as the wood goes, we'll go back to this wood pile over here. This is just one of the piles of wood on the property, and technically you could just burn it. But if you look at where we are in a residential area and there's more all the way through. So these trees will be coming out, and then you've got the wood over here on the ground. They're going to take care of that. And then way over here is where the septic field's going to go. So that will have to come out as well. These are gone. So for $2,500, it's going to be actually a lot of work for them. You're going to take all this out, take all that out. It's just totally overgrown, but this is the really thick part. And this is going to be the most important part because this is where the septic field's going. It's like an enchanted forest over here. Look at this. So this is all included in the $2,500. They're going to take them down, get rid of them. I think that's money well spent because some of these babies are huge. Third item is the land prep for the home. This includes leveling the land, running the services to the home location, and doing a gravel pad. This is one that's going to be adjusted because the house that we're going to put there is fully finished drywall, which means we will be doing a concrete pad instead of the gravel pad. The only time we do a gravel pad is if the interior of the home is vinyl covered gyprock, because that stuff's meant to move around a little bit and you don't have to worry about any cracking. Anytime the home is done in fully finished drywall, we always put it on a concrete pad because that prevents the cracking. In my area, you can technically do a drywall house on a gravel pad. We just choose not to. Part of this section of the quote does include the gravel that we don't want, so I think it will come in less, but right now it's sitting at $4,198.09. bringing our total to $7,420.69. The biggest expense by far is the septic system. When you're looking at properties, you'll notice anything that doesn't have access to city sewer is going to be less, a lot less. Because not only is the septic system expensive, but it also takes up space on the property. So if the property is bigger like this one, it doesn't really matter because it's going to be tucked way up in the corner. If the property is smaller, the septic system could limit where or how big of a home you can put on it. This is another area of the quote that I think is going to be coming down just a little bit because they wrote estimate beside it and it's a round number. We've dealt with this company many times before and they would rather go high and then have us be happy when it comes in less instead of going low and having to ask for more money at the end. The estimate for the entire septic system, including tank and field fully installed, is a whopping $25,000. Not cheap, folks. The way the septic system is going to be set up, we're going to have the tank down behind the house over here. So the house will be right in here. And then the tank will be over there. Then we'll have a lift station and we're gonna shoot everything all the way along here down the north side of the property. So this line will run all the way along this outside property line, kind of line with these fir trees. Those are staying all the way up here back into the enchanted forest, which will be gone, as I noted in point 2, for $2,500. So all the way back here, and the septic field will be tucked away up in this corner right here, which I think is a perfect place for it. It's kind of out of the way. Like the rest of the property, the driveway, yard and everything, it's going to be way back over there. So there's enough space. I think it's perfect. Yeah, that's the most stepped on a nail. Look at this. Right through. Guess I shouldn't. That's just a little nail. What I get for wearing white shoes to a job site. Tough lesson. Write that down, folks. Put your work boots on. All told, our quotes to prepare this piece of land for a new manufactured home from the state it's currently in is $32,420.69. But like I said, I think that's going to be coming down by at least a couple $1,000s as we change and remove a few items. So if you're comparing property prices and thinking that raw land with nothing on it is an easy way to save a bunch of money, just know there's a hefty price tag involved in getting it ready for a new home. I'm not saying it isn't a good option. In this case, it ended up being a really good option, and I think it can be a great option as long as you know what to expect. That's all I've got for today. If you want to follow along and see how this project unfolds, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.